Today we are talking about the heart and the organique connection. So, to our lovely listeners who are back, joined with me today is our dear friend, Dr. Dex. Please introduce yourself, Doc.
Well, I'm a certified primary care family physician. I'm a lifestyle medicine specialist and a clinical nutritionist. Thank you for having me with you.
Yes, so if our listeners were here for the first episode, Dr. Dex gave a wonderful talk about nutrition and how that affects our heart and our health. We sort of talked about nature and nurture. And now I'm going to talk about the effects of organic substances to our diets and the differences that it makes. So, to dive right into it, I wanted to ask, what organic foods do you think are best for our heart health?
Well, dyan papasok yung kapag sinabi nating organic, dyan yung mga mas less adulterated the foods. Say for example, your fruits, your vegetables, your whole grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes. Kumbaga parang halos hindi sila na-process. No? Say for example, yung mga, whatever, you have a fruit na apple, no, versus an apple sauce. You would like to have the apple.
Yes.
Para lang sa ganon, you preserve its purity. No? Kumbaga parang, and then you get most of the fiber, most of the minerals na nadodoon siya. So that's the best kasi para sa ating mga kababayan na nanonood ngayon na mas marami yung mga organic foods.
Interesting. So the organic foods are not only good for us though. I believe that I read somewhere that organic foods are good for the environment as well.
Yes, as well.
Yeah.
Tama kasi you produce less of the bad gases. No? So mas magiging okay siya for our ozone layer na nagiging butas na ngayon.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We need to protect the ozone.
Yes. Kasi init na, di ba?
Oh yeah, grabe. So, Doc, what advantages do you believe organic foods have over conventionally farmed foods for our heart?
Well, these organic foods kasi, mas mataas talaga siya sa fiber, sa vitamins, sa minerals na kinakailangan ng heart natin para maprotektahan natin yung puso natin. Remember, sabi nga natin, the heart pumps blood to itself first before it pumps blood to the different parts of the body. And as well as yung puso natin kapag tumigal, nagkakaroon dyan ng problema. At kapag yung mga kinakain natin ay less organic, no, or mas marami yung processing na nangyayari, mas nagkakaroon tayo ng problema, mas nagkakaroon ng inflammation, at yun yung nagiging problem natin actually. Kasi ang sumisira sa mga katawan natin right now are the inflammation that we get from our environment, and our body, no, is actually exposed to the outside environment through the food that we eat. So kapag yung kinakain natin ay less organic, mas nagkakaroon ng problema. So I would suggest na mas marami nga yung fruits and vegetables, lalo yung mga deeply colored ones.
Very interesting. You talked about like inflammation in the body, and my mom is a nurse, and she always tells me that inflammation, one of the main causes of that can also be stress.
Yes.
So I just wanted to ask you, what do you think about like natural remedies and stress reducing techniques? Because I know in this world there's a lot of pills and medicine, and anytime you have a problem, someone has a pill that's supposed to make it all better.
Yeah. Well, stress has actually a problem with your heart. Well, stress has actually an effect on your heart na hindi rin maganda. Iisipin nyo, mayroon nga din tayo tinatawag na broken heart syndrome. Ito si broken heart syndrome is actually something that's happening.
Yeah.
No? Ang broken heart syndrome, ito yung tinatawag nila sa Japan na Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. So this one, ang nangyayari, parang nagiging jar yung shape ng heart because of stresses, because of emotions, because of bursts of anger or whatnot, no, or even kahit nga simpleng katuwaan pwede magkaroon ng broken heart syndrome. So kung hindi magiging maayos sa pagkakahandle natin ng stress, magkakaroon din tayo ng problema. Yes, you have your medications, pero ayon sa pag-aaral, your meditation can actually have the same effect sa medications din natin kung magagawa mo to ng tama. Say for example, meditation for around 10 minutes a day can be good for your heart and your stress levels as well.
That's very interesting. Actually, it's really funny that you talk about the broken heart syndrome. I just wanted to share a personal story. So the first time I ever got my heart broken, I was around 18 years old, and I called up my mom because I was studying abroad at that time. And I was crying to her, and the first thing she said was, "Just drink Açaí." And I was like, "Why? Like I'm here crying." She was like, "Because you're stressed, your hormones are probably going everywhere, you're dehydrated, you're gonna feel worse and worse. So put some nutrients in your body and then think later."
Yeah. Tama yun.
Yeah, what do you think
Tama yun.
about that?
Because again, no, sabi nga natin, because of the stresses, you create more inflammation and you want the inflammation to go down. And the inflammation can be helped to be down or to be decreased when you have more of these nutrient-dense foods. Say, for example, your Açaí, mataas kasi yung ORAC value niya. Sabihin natin, your oxygen radical absorbance capacity. Para mapababa natin yung mga free radicals na nagkakaroon ka when you are very stressed, when you are very exposed to the harsh environment, to the toxins in the environment. Kaya maaari talaga makatulong ito mga ganitong klase ng organic foods.
That's funny. If my mother is listening, you were correct, Mom.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that. So thank you, Doc, for this wonderful conversation. Thank you for all of your wonderful insights about the heart and the organic connection. It's a way of life. I hope that all of our listeners feel encouraged to live a healthier, more balanced life, making sure that you keep your stress levels really low and that you keep your nutrients, you pack your body with nutrients. We would also like to thank Organique California for sponsoring this podcast and giving our viewers the wonderful opportunity to converse with, the industry's best and have some wonderful tips on how to live a healthier life.